piece rate, and so they could earn much more money, cheers Rob, from doing it with the barrow. So they smashed the machines up and reverted to doing it this way.
Okay. Yeah, fill it then.
I've got to fill it first?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do that. That'll do me. All right.
Yep. Right, go on then. All right.
I have to lean right back, presumably, otherwise my feet will slip when I get to the duckboard. Am I lined up all right?
Yeah.
Whoa! It feels as though it's all going to tip back onto me. Because the extraordinary thing is, if I'd been doing this in Victorian times, I'd have been full of beer and meat. Oh, my legs come off the duckboard. Oops. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Yes! Done it! Done it! It's really satisfying. Satisfying, yes, but also terrifying. I thought the whole time that the barrow was just going to collapse on top of me. It was pretty heavy going. Of course, if I was a Victorian navvy, I'd have had to have done about 200 of these every day. Pissed. OK, so the tracks are down, the job's done. Well, no, actually. Navvies queued up for the barrow run. No one wanted to pack the ballast. What's the ballast actually for?
You use your ballast to get good drainage on your track.
Yeah.
So your sleepers don't fill up with water. And obviously, the more ballast you've got, the more stable the track is. Obviously, when you drive a train over it, the track tends to move around. And if you've not got much ballast, then you end up with an uneven track eventually.
It's not a very difficult job, is it?
By the time you've done, you're going to end up with it level between sleepers. Yeah. And you'll have shoveled 1.5 tons of ballast.
Right.
Have a go.
My little pile here is just a mingy 1/2 ton. This pile is 20 tons. Each navvy would have had to shift this every day. Digging it was a doddle, really, but packing it...
You've got to get it underneath the sleeper. You've got to pack it under as hard as you can, really. And then once you've filled void, that one's fairly stable. That's really hard work, isn't it, that thing?
After only 10 minutes of this, I'd had enough. I was going to say something like presenters are supposed to, but my mind's gone numb. I've only done half a sleeper. But however much your muscles screamed, the worst job of all on the railways was the one that took the most lives. The worst job was having to dig out tunnels. This tunnel is about 1/2 mile long. It took hundreds of men to dig a tunnel like this. They worked in candlelight. 12-hour days were the norm. Accidents were common. A combination of naked flames and dynamite was often lethal.
There was one particular explosion on the Manchester to Sheffield stretch, and 50 men were killed and 500 injured.
So what happened if someone was injured?
What happened was, as like as not, you'd be carted to the mouth of the tunnel and put on an ordinary wagon with straw and just jolted along for probably 3 miles to the nearest road before ever you got anywhere near a hospital such as they were in those days. It was an unimaginable torture for the injured man just to be taken to the nearest hospital.
In 1840, in the Woodhead Tunnel in Cheshire, 32 men were killed, 140 seriously injured, 2 had fractured skulls, and 500 others suffered broken bones. It's hard to imagine, isn't it, what an explosion would have been like in a tunnel like this?
I don't think we can imagine it, Tony.
Well, we can't imagine it, but we can recreate it. We can't do the panic and the terror and the feeling of isolation, but we can recreate the explosion, although this being the 21st century, we've got a special effects man way over there, and we've got a second camera and loads of lighting. We've got ear defenders, fire extinguishers, electrician, the police have been informed, we've got the man from the Parks Authority keeping an eye on us all. In fact, we've got all the paraphernalia of a 21st century risk assessment form. Go! It is pretty terrifying, isn't it?
It's brilliant. I could feel it. I could feel it.
You actually get the shake as much as the noise, don't you?
That's what I meant. I felt it. Tremendous. A jolly good bang, though, you've got to admit.
The railways built by the navvies transformed the country and gave the Victorians a new freedom to travel. For the first time, large numbers of people were able to move around very easily. In the 1870s, 92,000 farm workers left the countryside and moved to towns in search of work. Life out in the country was becoming more and more difficult as agriculture staggered from one depression to another. For those farmers left behind, the work got tougher and money was tight, which meant that the worst jobs in the countryside were left for those who came cheapest, mostly kids. Why were so many of the worst jobs in the countryside done by children?
Well, quite frankly, there was a lot of them. Large Victorian families and, of course, a readily available, cheap form of labour.
What kind of jobs would they have done?
Well, they'd have done any job, really, from any fetching, carrying, menial jobs, fetching water for pigs, wood for the fire, anything like that.
What are these two doing?
These are actually scaring crows, and there's an old adage, one for the rook, one for the crow, one to rot and one to grow.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that you sow enough seed that you're going to get a crop, and the one that is growing, you want to do your best to keep the birds off that. So by having your kids running around, keeping the birds away, you're hopefully going to have enough to harvest in the summer.
So they don't have to get rid of every one, as long as there are enough seeds and seedlings available to let the field flourish.
That's right, yeah. Keep the majority there and keep the birds off.
Well, this looks like a worse job for me. What's this?
Well, yes, this is dibbing, or dibbling. So we're going to take these dibbers, put them in the ground.
Why?
So, making little dents,
and
then you can sow the seeds in that little basket there. Put a few in each
What, like
hole.
sort of 9 or 10?
That'll do.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep going like that.
Yeah.
Until we sow nice even rows.
Oh, your back would go quickly doing too much of this, wouldn't it?
It certainly would.
Who would have done it?
Well, it would have been small holders, small little family farms, because this is a very cheap form of equipment, rather than expensive horse-drawn machinery, and because the whole family could get involved, children, wives, everyone, helping out sowing this crop. So it's nice even space apart, so you can get through when it's growing and actually hoe it and keep the weeds down.
Which is the dibbler, you or me?
Me.
Have a dibble?
I think so. Thank you.
Oh, I like being the dibbler.
You've got the easy job.
Yeah, it's better than sticking the seed in, isn't it? There's definitely a hierarchy in this job, isn't there?
Definitely. I think you're top dibber.
Yeah. Oh, I can go a bit quicker now, can't I?
Getting the routine going there, rhythm going now.
It's just a little bit monotonous, isn't it? My arms are starting to ache now.
My back is.
If you've ever complained about your job being boring, forget it. You have no idea. Try this one.